It is the end of the day. The sun is getting low. The light coming through the windows is soft and golden. It lies in long rectangles on the floor, warm and still, like the day itself is lying down to rest. A little girl is sitting on the sofa. Her name is Clara. She is 5 years old. She has dark hair and small hands and a very serious face when she is thinking. She is thinking now. Today was a big day. Clara started at her new school. She had a new bag, a new lunchbox, new shoes that were a little stiff, and a whole new classroom full of children she had never met before. This morning felt very far away now, but Clara can still remember it. She remembers standing at the gate, holding her mother's hand very tightly, looking at all the children going in, all of them seeming to know exactly where they were going. She had not known where she was going, not at first. But her mother had walked her in, all the way to the classroom door. The teacher was standing there. She had a kind face and a yellow cardigan. She crouched down so she was the same height as Clara. "Hello," she said. "You must be Clara. We are very glad you are here." Clara had not said anything, but she had gone inside. That was something. That was quite a lot, actually. Now she is home. Her shoes are off. Her new bag is hanging on the hook by the door. Her lunchbox is on the kitchen counter, empty. She ate everything, even the cucumber. She does not really like cucumber, but she ate it anyway. Her mother is in the kitchen. Clara can hear her. The familiar sounds, the fridge opening, a pan on the cooker, water running, the sounds of home at the end of the day, the sounds that mean it is over now, you are back, everything is all right. Clara pulls her knees up to her chest on the sofa. She rests her chin on top of them. She looks out the window. The sky outside is pink and gold at the edges. The rooftops of the houses across the road are dark against it. A bird flies across the pink sky. Just one, going somewhere with purpose. Her mother comes in from the kitchen. She is drying her hands on a tea towel. She looks at Clara on the sofa. She comes and sits beside her, not saying anything yet, just sitting. Clara leans against her. Her mother is warm and solid. She smells like the kitchen and the end of the day. Clara closes her eyes for a moment. Just one moment. Her mother puts her arm around her. She pulls her in a little closer. "How was it?" she says. Not loud, just quietly, into the top of Clara's head. Clara thinks about this. She thinks about the classroom, the small chairs and the big windows, the alphabet on the wall in colourful letters, the carpet in the corner where they all sat together after lunch, the teacher reading a story. Clara had not meant to listen, but she had listened anyway. It was a good story. She thinks about the girl who sat next to her at the table. Her name was Mia. She had a pencil case shaped like a hedgehog. Clara had looked at it for a long time. Mia had noticed. She pushed it towards Clara so she could see better. Just like that. No words needed, just the pencil case sliding across the table. Clara thinks about lunch. The hall was very loud, louder than she expected. All those children and chairs and voices. She had sat at the end of the bench and unwrapped her lunchbox quietly. Her sandwich was cut in triangles. Her mother always cuts it in triangles. Seeing those triangles in the loud hall had made her feel better. Something familiar in an unfamiliar place. She thinks about the afternoon. They did drawing. The teacher gave everyone a big piece of paper and some crayons. She said, "Draw something you love." Clara had thought about this very carefully. Then she drew their cat. His name is Marmalade. He is orange and very round and very lazy. She drew him lying in a patch of sun on the kitchen floor, the way he always lies. The teacher had come round to look. She stopped at Clara's picture. She looked at it for a moment. "That is a very good cat," she said. "I can tell he is very happy." Clara had looked at her picture. She thought the teacher was right. Marmalade did look happy. "I made a friend," Clara says. Her voice is small and a little surprised, as if she had not quite planned to say it. Her mother is quiet for a moment. "Did you?" she says. Clara nods. "Her name is Mia. She has a hedgehog pencil case." Her mother squeezes her gently. "That sounds like a very good pencil case," she says. Clara nods again. "It is," she says seriously. "It really is." They sit together in the golden evening light. The sofa is soft around them. The sounds from the kitchen have gone quiet. Whatever is on the cooker is ticking along by itself now. Outside, the pink sky has deepened a little, more orange now at the edges of the rooftops. "You know what?" her mother says. Clara looks up at her. "You did really well today." Clara looks back at the window. She thinks about this. She thinks about standing at the gate this morning, how big everything seemed, how many children, how new her shoes felt. And then she thinks about going in anyway. And the yellow cardigan, and the triangles in her lunchbox, and Mia's pencil case sliding across the table, and the story on the carpet, and the drawing of Marmalade. She thinks maybe her mother is right. As if he knows he is being thought about, Marmalade appears in the doorway. He looks at them both. He blinks very slowly. Then he walks across the room and jumps onto the sofa. He turns around twice. Then he settles himself on Clara's feet. He's very heavy for a cat, but in a good way, in a warm, solid, here I am way. Clara looks down at him. His eyes are already half closed. His breathing is slow. His orange fur rises and falls gently. He has had a very hard day of sleeping and he is tired. Clara smiles. Just a small one, but it is there. Her mother reaches over and smooths Clara's hair back from her face, very gently, the way she has done since Clara was very small. Clara leans into it. Her eyes go soft. The room is full of golden light. It is on the walls and the floor and the sofa cushions. It is on Marmalade's orange fur. It makes him look even more orange than usual. It makes everything look warm and a little amber and very still. Tomorrow there will be school again, but that is tomorrow. Tomorrow is a whole night away. Right now there is only this. The sofa. Her mother beside her. Marmalade on her feet. The golden light on the walls. The smell of dinner beginning to fill the house. Clara's eyes are heavy now. Not the bad kind of heavy, the good kind. The kind that comes after a long day of doing hard things, of being brave when you did not feel very brave, of going in when you wanted to stay outside, of eating the cucumber, of drawing marmalade in the sun, of watching a pencil case slide towards you across a table and knowing that everything was going to be all right. Her mother is still beside her, warm and solid and not going anywhere. Marmalade breathes slowly on her feet. His warmth soaks through her socks, up through her legs, all the way. Outside, the sky is getting darker. The orange has gone now, just a deep, soft blue above the rooftops. The first star is there, if you look, very faint, just beginning. Clara looks at it. She's not sure if it is really a star yet, or just the sky thinking about becoming night. It does not matter. It is there. Small and pale and just beginning to shine. Like something that has decided to try. She thinks about tomorrow, not in a worried way, just a quiet wondering. Mia will be there. The hedgehog pencil case will be there. The teacher in the yellow cardigan will be there. And the big piece of paper and the crayons, and maybe another story on the carpet. She thinks she'll sit a little closer to the middle tomorrow. Not at the end of the bench, the middle. She thinks she can do that. Her eyes close. Her head rests a little heavier on her mother's arm. Her breathing slows, in and out, in and out. Her mother does not move. She sits very still. She looks at her daughter, at her dark hair, and her serious face that is not serious now, at her small hands open in her lap, at the cat on her feet, at the golden last light on the walls. You did really well today, she says again, very quietly, barely more than a breath. Not for Clara to hear, really, just to say, just because it is true. And the room holds them, warm and still and golden. And Marmalade breathes, and the star outside gets a little brighter. And the day folds itself up quietly and puts itself away. The new shoes by the door, the empty lunchbox, the drawing of a happy cat in a patch of sun, all of it folded up and kept. A day that was hard and good and real. A day that started at a gate with tight hands and ended here on a sofa in the warm with someone who is not going anywhere, saying the truest thing over and over, softly. You did really well today. You did really well. You did. There is a red bus in London. It is big and bright and very, very red. It rumbles down the street every morning. Rumble, rumble, rumble. You can feel it coming before you see it. A low, gentle shaking in the ground beneath your feet. Then it appears around the corner, tall and red and cheerful, like something that is very pleased to be a bus. A little girl is waiting at the bus stop. Her name is Rosie. She is 5 years old. She has a blue hat on her head and a small backpack on her back. Inside the backpack there is a book, a tangerine, and a very important toy rabbit named Bill. Bill goes everywhere with Rosie. This is simply how things are. Rosie's mother is standing beside her. She is holding 2 umbrellas. One big one for her, one small one for Rosie. Rosie's umbrella is yellow with white spots. She likes it very much. She opens and closes it while they wait. Her mother says her name once, gently. Rosie holds it open and keeps it open. The bus stop has a little shelter, a curved roof of clear plastic. The rain drums on it from above. Drum, 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 drum. It is a very satisfying sound. Like the rain is playing a song just for the people waiting underneath. Rosie looks down the street. No bus yet. She looks at a pigeon on the pavement nearby. It is walking in circles. She watches it for a while. It seems very busy. She wonders what it is thinking about. Probably important pigeon business. Then she hears it, that low rumble, coming from around the corner. She looks up. There it is, the big red bus, coming slowly down the wet street. Its headlights are on, even in the daytime. 2 bright eyes in the grey morning. It slows down as it reaches the stop. Hiss. The doors open. Rosie and her mother step on. Her mother taps her card on the yellow reader. Beep. Rosie watches the little light go green. She likes that part. The green light means, yes, come in, welcome aboard. The bus is warm inside, much warmer than the street. The warmth wraps around Rosie straight away. She lowers her yellow umbrella. She shakes a few drops of rain from it. She looks around. The bus is not very full this morning. An old man near the front with a newspaper, folded on his knee. 2 ladies talking quietly to each other, their voices low and soft. A boy about Rosie's age, sitting with his father, looking out the window. Everyone is quiet. Everyone is warm. The bus carries them all together through the rainy London morning. Rosie and her mother find a seat. Rosie goes to the window side. She always has the window side. Her mother does not mind. She says the view is just as good from the aisle if you know where to look. Rosie is not sure about this, but she takes the window anyway. She presses her face close to the glass. The window is a little steamy from all the warm breath inside the bus. She wipes a small circle clear with her sleeve. Now she can see perfectly. The bus pulls away from the stop. Rosie watches London go past. First, the row of houses, red brick and white windows. Each one the same, but also a little different. One has a bright blue front door. One has a window box full of late flowers, yellow and orange. One has a cat sitting on the windowsill. The cat watches the bus go past with great dignity, as cats do. Then the park. The trees along the railings are tall and dark in the rain. Their leaves are mostly gone now, just the branches reaching out, bare and beautiful. The park inside is green and wet and empty. A single jogger runs along the path. Their breath makes small clouds in the cold air. Then the shops. A greengrocer with apples and pears stacked in neat rows outside. A bookshop with a lamp glowing warm in the window. A little cafe with steamed up glass, and people is sitting inside with cups in their hands. Rosie would like to go to that cafe. She makes a note of it. She will tell her mother. Her mother is reading something on her phone. Rosie taps her on the arm. She points to the cafe as they go past. Her mother looks. She nods slowly. Maybe, she says. Rosie considers this. Maybe is not no. Maybe is quite good, actually. The bus stops again. The doors open. Hiss. A few more people get on. A woman with a very large shopping bag. She squeezes down the aisle carefully. A man in a long coat, folding his umbrella with great concentration. An older lady who says thank you to no one in particular as she finds her seat. Just thank you to the bus, to the morning, to London. Rosie likes her immediately. The doors close. Hiss. The bus rumbles on. Rosie reaches into her backpack. She takes out Bill, the rabbit. She sits him on her knee, facing the window. He should see London, too. This seems only fair. She holds him so he can look out. His ears flop forward a little. They always do. She straightens them. They flop forward again. She leaves them. Bill sees London in his own way. The bus goes over a bridge. Rosie looks down through the window. The river, wide and grey, and moving slowly below. Boats on it, far apart from each other. The water catches the light in places, little flashes of silver between the grey. Rosie watches the river until the bridge is behind them. She cranes her neck to see the last of it. Then it is gone. Just buildings again, and streets, and rain on the windows. She leans back in her seat. She holds Bill in her lap. She strokes his ears slowly. The fabric is soft and a little worn in places. The softest places are where she has stroked him the most, which is everywhere. The bus is warm and steady. It sways very gently as it turns corners, a slow rocking sway. Rosie feels it in her whole body, side to side, just slightly, like being on a very calm boat. She looks at the other passengers. The old man at the front has opened his newspaper now. He reads very slowly. His finger moves along the lines. His lips move just a little. He does not seem to be in a hurry. He has all the time in the world for his newspaper. The two ladies are still talking. Their voices are so quiet, Rosie cannot hear the words. Just the soft sound of talking, back and forth, like a gentle tennis match made entirely of whispers. The boy near the front has fallen asleep against his father's arm. His head leans to one side. His mouth is a little open. His father looks down at him for a moment, then looks back out the window. He puts his arm around the boy very gently, so as not to wake him. Rosie watches this. She looks up at her own mother. Her mother looks down at her at the same moment. They look at each other. Her mother smiles. Rosie smiles back. Outside, London keeps going past. More streets, more houses, more shops. A school with children in the playground, even in the rain. Running and shouting, their voices thin and far away through the glass. A church with a tall grey spire going up into the clouds. A market just setting up. Canvas covers the stalls, flapping in the wind. Rosie watches all of it. She does not miss a single thing. Her mother touches her arm. Next stop, she says. Rosie straightens up. She tucks Bill back into her backpack. She puts her arms through the straps. She picks up her yellow umbrella. She is ready. The bus slows down. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Then a long, slow hiss. The doors open. Rosie and her mother step off onto the pavement. The cold air is back. But it is not unpleasant. It is fresh and clean, and it wakes Rosie up completely. She opens her yellow umbrella. She turns and looks back at the bus. Its doors close. It rumbles. It pulls away slowly from the stop, getting smaller as it goes down the road. Still very red, still very cheerful, still very pleased to be a bus. Rosie watches it until it turns the corner, until the last bit of red disappears behind the buildings. Goodbye, she says, very quietly, just herself, and to Bill a little. Her mother takes her hand. They walk on together through the London morning. The rain is soft and steady. The yellow umbrella does its job perfectly. The streets are wet and shining. And somewhere behind them, Getting further away with every moment, the little red bus rumbles on. Through the grey morning, past the brick houses and the bare trees and the shops with their warm lit windows. Over the bridge and along the river and through the quiet streets, carrying its passengers, warm and safe, through the rainy city, rumbling on, the way it always does, the way it always will, through every London morning, every rainy day, every grey and golden and ordinary and extraordinary day. Still going, still red, still warm inside, still rumbling gently through the heart of the old city, on and on and on. On the corner of a quiet street in London, there is a bakery. It is not a very big bakery. It has one window at the front and one green door that is always slightly open, even in winter, even in the rain, because of the smell. The smell comes out of that open door all day long. Warm bread and butter and sugar and something that has just come out of the oven. It drifts down the street in both directions. It turns the corner. It goes into the park across the road. It finds people who are not even thinking about bread, and it makes them think about bread. A little boy lives 3 streets away. His name is Sam. He is 5 years old. He has brown eyes and a gap where his front tooth used to be. The new tooth is coming in now. He can feel it with his tongue if he tries. He tries quite often. Every Saturday morning, Sam and his father walk to the bakery on the corner. This is a very important tradition. Sam has been doing it since he was so small his father carried him. Now he walks all by himself. His father walks beside him. They take the long way round, past the park, past the post box, past the house with the black cat on the gatepost. Today is Saturday. Sam is already up. He is sitting at the kitchen table in his pajamas. He is eating cereal, but not very enthusiastically. He is saving room. This is very important. You must always save room on bakery morning. His father comes downstairs. He is dressed already. He has his jacket on. He raises his eyebrows at Sam. Sam raises his back. This means, yes, ready, let's go. Sam goes upstairs very quickly and gets dressed. Jumper, trousers, socks. He sits on the floor to put his shoes on. He does the laces himself now. It takes a moment, but he gets it right. Both of them. He stands up and looks at them. Very good. His father is waiting at the bottom of the stairs. He holds out Sam's coat. Sam puts it on. His father does the zip all the way up to the top. There, his father says, weatherproof. They go out the front door together. The morning air is cold and clean. It has been raining overnight. The pavement is dark and wet. The puddles along the curb are still and grey. The sky above the rooftops is white and close. Sam puts his hands in his pockets. His fingers find something in the left one. a conker from last week. He had forgotten about it. He holds it in his fist. It is smooth and cool. He keeps it there as they walk. They go past the park. The gates are open. Inside, the grass is very wet. Drops of water hang from every railing. A man is walking a very small dog along the path. The dog has enormous ears for its size. Sam watches it carefully as they pass. The dog watches Sam back. They go past the postbox. It is red and round and has been standing on this corner longer than anyone can remember. Sam's father tells him this every Saturday. Sam nods every Saturday. It is part of the tradition. They go past the house with the black cat. The cat is in its usual spot, right on top of the stone gatepost, sitting very straight, tail wrapped around its feet, eyes half closed. It looks at Sam. Sam looks at it. Neither of them says anything. This is also part of the tradition. Then they turn the corner, and there it is, the bakery. The green door is open. The window is lit up warm inside, and the smell, oh, the smell. It reaches Sam before he even gets close. Warm and sweet and buttery, like the best kind of morning distilled into something you can breathe. He breathes it in deeply, all the way down. They push open the green door and step inside. A little bell rings above the door. Ding! It always does. Sam looks up at it every time. A small brass bell on a spring. It has been there forever. It knows everyone who comes in. The bakery is warm and bright inside. The walls are cream-coloured. There are 3 small tables with chairs. A long glass counter runs along one side, and behind the counter, on shelves and trays and boards, the bread. So much bread. Round loaves and long loaves and small rolls in rows. Plated loaves with a shine on top. Seeded loaves with dark nutty tops. And on the shelf above, the pastries. Croissants, curled and golden. Jam tarts with their bright centres. Iced buns, very white, very soft. Cinnamon swirls round as clocks. Sam stands at the counter and looks. He takes his time. This is allowed. This is expected. His father stands beside him and waits. He's also looking. He takes his time too. Good morning. A woman comes through from the back. She has flour on her apron and on one cheek. She does not seem to know about the cheek. Her name is Mrs. Baxter. She has been here every Saturday for as long as Sam can remember. She smells of bread and warmth and hard work. Good morning, Sam, she says. She always remembers his name. He stands a little straighter when she says it. What will it be today then? She asks. She rests her hands on the counter and looks at him very seriously, as if this is the most important question of the morning, which it rather is. Sam looks at the cinnamon swirls. He looks at the iced buns. He looks at the jam tarts. He looks at the cinnamon swirls again. The cinnamon swirl, please, he says. Mrs. Baxter nods approvingly. Good choice, she says. She always says this, but Sam believes her every time. She picks up a square of paper and lifts the cinnamon swirl from the tray. She wraps it carefully. She hands it to Sam. He takes it in both hands. It is warm through the paper, soft and a little heavy. He holds it the way you hold something precious. His father orders a loaf of the seeded bread and 2 croissants. Mrs. Baxter wraps everything carefully. She puts it all in a brown paper bag. She folds the top down twice. Very neat. His father pays. Sam watches the coins go into Mrs. Baxter's hands. She puts them in the till. The till makes a satisfying sound when it opens and when it closes. Ching! Thank you, says Sam's father. Thank you very much, says Sam. Come again, says Mrs. Baxter. She means it. She always means it. The little bell rings as they go out. Ting! Goodbye, it says. See you next Saturday. Outside, the air is cold again, but Sam does not mind. He has his cinnamon swirl. He holds it against his chest as they walk. He can feel the warmth of it through his coat. They find their bench. There is a bench just down from the bakery beside a small tree. The tree has lost most of its leaves now, but its branches make a nice shape against the white sky. Sam and his father always sit here. Sam unwraps his cinnamon swirl carefully. He peels back the paper. There it is, round and golden and smelling of cinnamon and warm sugar. The spiral in the middle is the best part. He always saves it for last. This is his system. He has given it considerable thought. He takes a bite from the outside edge. Oh, it is soft and warm and sweet. The cinnamon is not too strong, just enough, just right. He chews slowly. He looks at the street. His father has his croissant. He takes a large bite. Flakes of pastry fall onto his jacket. He brushes them off. Some fall on Sam instead. Sam brushes them off too. His father says sorry. He does not look very sorry. Sam does not mind. They sit together on the bench. The street is quiet on a Saturday morning. A woman walks past with a pushchair. The baby inside is asleep. A man cycles past slowly. His basket has vegetables in it. 2 children run ahead of their parents on the other side of the road. London on a Saturday morning is a particular kind of London. Slower, easier. Like the city has had a good rest and is taking its time waking up. Sam likes this London very much. He eats his way around the cinnamon swirl patiently, bite by bite, getting closer to the middle. His father finishes his croissant. He starts on the second one. He offers Sam a piece. Sam shakes his head. He is committed to the swirl. A sparrow lands near their feet. It hops towards them hopefully. Sam breaks off a very small piece of pastry. He places it on the ground near his shoe. The sparrow eyes it. Eyes Sam. Eyes it again. Then hops forward quickly and takes it. It hops away. Eats it. Comes back. Sam breaks off another piece. Then another. His father watches. He says nothing. He just watches his son feeding a sparrow on a cold Saturday morning outside a bakery in London. Eventually, Sam reaches the middle of the swirl, the spiral center. He looks at it for a moment, then he eats it in one bite. He closes his eyes while he chews, just for a moment. His father looks at him. "Good?" he asks. Sam opens his eyes. He nods once, very seriously. "Very good," he says. They sit for a little while longer. The sparrow has gone. The street is still quiet. The white sky sits low over the rooftops. The bare tree beside the bench makes its nice shape against it. Sam's father puts the brown paper bag between them. The seeded loaf is inside. It smells good, even through the paper. They will have it for lunch with soup. Sam's mother will make the soup. She is probably making it right now, at home, in the warm kitchen. Sam thinks about this, the soup and the bread and the warm kitchen. He thinks about his mother at the cooker, stirring something, tasting it, adding something, tasting again. She is very particular about soup. He looks at the bakery on the corner. The green door is still open. The warm smell is still coming out. Mrs. Baxter is probably behind the counter now, helping someone else with their Saturday morning. Little bell ringing, ting, every time. Sam puts the cinnamon swirl wrapper in his pocket. He finds the conker again. He holds both of them. The paper wrapper and the smooth conker. One warm, one cool. He holds them as they stand up from the bench. His father picks up the brown paper bag. He holds out his other hand. Sam takes it. They walk back through the quiet Saturday streets, past the tree with a nice shape, past the postbox on its corner, past the house with a black cat. The cat is still there, still sitting straight, still watching. Sam looks at it as they pass. The cat looks back. It blinks once, very slowly, very deliberately. Sam blinks back. This, he thinks, is a very good Saturday. They turn into their street. Their house is at the end. The curtains are open now. He can see the light on in the kitchen. His mother sees them coming from the window. She lifts her hand. Sam lifts his. The brown paper bag swings gently as they walk towards home. The smell of the bakery is still on Sam's coat. He will smell it all the way through lunch. Maybe all day. Behind them, 3 streets away on the corner of a quiet London road, the green door is still open. The little bell is still ringing. Ting! Ting! One person coming in, one person going out. Mrs. Baxter wrapping things carefully in paper. The loaves on their shelves, the pastries on their trays, the warm smell going out the door and down the street and around the corner and into the park. Finding people, telling them, come. It is Saturday morning. There is fresh bread on the corner and it is warm and it is good. And it will be there next Saturday too. And the one after that and the one after that. Always on and on. The little bell ringing, the green door open, the warm smell finding its way through the cold London air. Still going, still there, still warm. It is raining in London today. Little drops of rain are falling from the sky. Tap, tap, tap. They land on the windows. They land on the rooftops. They land on the puddles in the street. And every time they land on a puddle, they make a little circle, a perfect little circle. Then another one, then another. Come and listen. Can you hear the rain? Tap, tap, tap. It is a very gentle sound. like the rain is knocking softly, saying hello to London. London is a very old city. It has seen a great many rainy days. The old buildings do not mind the rain. The red brick walls just get a little darker, a little shinier. They look very handsome in the rain. The streets are quiet this morning. Most people have stayed inside. The curtains in the houses are still drawn. Warm yellow light glows behind them. It looks very cozy from outside. Like each house is keeping a little secret warmth. On one street, there is a small boy. His name is George. He is 4 years old. He is standing at the window of his house. His nose is pressed against the glass. The glass is cold. He can feel it on the top of his nose. He watches a raindrop run down the outside of the window. It starts at the top. It runs down slowly. Then it meets another raindrop. And they run down together, faster now, all the way to the bottom. George follows them with his finger on the inside of the glass. He does this for a long time. His grandmother is in the kitchen. He can hear her moving about. The soft sound of a cupboard opening, the click of the kettle, the particular sound the kettle makes when the water inside starts to warm. A low, comfortable hum. George knows what comes after the kettle. Tea. His grandmother makes tea every morning. She has a brown teapot that is older than George's father. She says it makes better tea than any other pot in the world. George believes her. He leaves the window and pads into the kitchen in his socks. The kitchen floor is warm. His grandmother has a small rug in front of the cooker. The rug is red and a little faded. George stands on it. He can feel the warmth coming up through his socks. "Good morning," his grandmother says. She does not look up from the teapot, but she smiles. George can tell even from behind. She has a particular way her shoulders go when she smiles. He has always known it. She pours the tea. The steam rises up slowly. It curls in the kitchen air. It smells warm and a little smoky and very much like morning. George breathes it in. His grandmother puts his cup on the table. Not tea for George, hot chocolate. She makes it with warm milk and a little cocoa and 1 small spoon of honey. He wraps both hands round the cup. It is just the right amount of warm. Not too hot, just enough to feel good all the way through his hands. They sit together at the kitchen table. The rain taps on the window above the sink. Tap, tap, tap. His grandmother looks out at the garden. The garden is very wet. The bird bath is full to the brim and overflowing a little. The roses are nodding their heads in the rain. A robin lands on the garden wall. It is very small and very round. Its red chest is bright, even in the grey morning light. It sits very still. It looks at the garden. It looks at the rain. It does not seem to mind either one. "Look," says George. His grandmother looks. They both watch the robin without speaking. It stays for a little while, then it is gone over the wall and away. After hot chocolate, George's grandmother suggests toast. George thinks this is an excellent idea. She puts 2 thick slices of bread in the toaster. George watches the toaster very carefully. This is important work. Someone must watch the toaster. When the toast jumps up, George jumps up too. He always does. Every single time. His grandmother laughs. George laughs too. She butters the toast while it is still hot. The butter melts quickly. It goes into all the little holes in the bread. She cuts each slice in half, corner to corner. 2 triangles. George always has triangles. Triangles are the correct shape for toast. This is something he knows for certain. He takes a bite. The toast is crispy on the outside, soft and warm in the middle. The butter is salty and good. He chews slowly and looks out at the rainy garden. The robin has come back. It is sitting in exactly the same spot on the wall, as if it never left. After breakfast, George goes to find his boots. They are by the front door, red boots with a small frog on the side of each one. He puts them on himself. It takes a little while to get the left one right, but he manages. He is getting very good at boots. His grandmother helps him with his coat. It is yellow, like a daffodil. She does up the buttons from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. She smooths down the collar. There, she says. Very smart. She puts on her own coat. Her coat is dark blue and long. She buttons it up too. She wraps a scarf around her neck. It is soft and green and smells like her wardrobe. George likes that smell. She opens the front door. The cold air comes in straight away, and the smell of the rain. That particular smell that rain makes on old London streets. Stone and earth and something clean and ancient. George takes a big breath of it. It goes all the way down into his chest. They step outside together. The rain is lighter now, just a soft drizzle. It lands on George's face in tiny drops. He looks up at the sky. The sky is pale grey and very close, like a soft ceiling over the whole city. George steps off the front step, straight into a puddle. Splash! He looks down at it. The water has gone up the side of his red boot. He looks up at his grandmother. She raises one eyebrow. He grins. He steps into it again. Splash! They walk down the street together. His grandmother holds his hand. Her hand is warm inside her glove. His hand is warm inside his. Their fingers hold each other through the wool. The street is very quiet. Just the sound of the rain on the pavement and their footsteps, and the occasional car going past slowly. Its tyres making a soft, wet sound on the road, like a long, slow shh. They pass the flower shop. The flowers are outside even in the rain, buckets and buckets of them, yellow and white and purple and deep red. Their petals have drops of water on them, each drop sitting perfectly still on the petal, round and clear like a tiny glass marble. George stops to look. He looks at one yellow flower very closely. There are 3 drops of water on it. He counts them. 1, 2, 3. His grandmother waits. She is good at waiting. They pass the bakery. Oh, the smell. Even in the rain, the smell comes out through the door. Warm bread and butter and something sweet. George slows down. He looks through the steamed up window. He can just see the shapes of loaves inside. Rows and rows of them, golden and round and good. Maybe on the way home, his grandmother says. George nods seriously. Yes, on the way home. This is agreed. They walk on, down toward the park. The park in the rain is a different place, quieter. The paths are dark and wet. The trees drip steadily, drop, drop, drop. From the very tips of their branches, each drop hanging for a moment, then letting go. The grass is very green, greener than usual. Rain does that to grass, makes it a deeper, richer green, like the colour has been turned up just slightly. They find their bench. It is a little wet. His grandmother takes a small cloth from her bag. She wipes the bench dry. She always has a small cloth. George does not know how. She just always does. They sit down. The park is almost empty. Just one man walking a dog in the distance. The dog has a red coat on. It bounces along the path, very pleased with everything. George watches the dog until it disappears around the bend in the path. Then he looks at the trees, then at the sky, then at the puddle on the path in front of him. The rain is making circles in it still. Small, perfect circles, appearing and disappearing, one after another after another. He could watch this for a very long time, and he does. His grandmother hums something quietly beside him, a tune without words, low and soft. It mixes with the sound of the rain, and the dripping trees, and the distant sound of London going about its day. George leans against her arm. She is solid and warm, even through the coats. He rests his head on her sleeve. She keeps humming. The rain keeps falling. The circles keep appearing in the puddle, one after another, on and on. After a while, they walk back, past the green park, past the dripping trees, past the flower shop and the drops of water sitting perfectly on the yellow petals, and into the bakery. The warmth inside the bakery is extraordinary. It wraps around George immediately, like stepping into something kind. The smell is even better inside. His grandmother buys a small loaf and 2 biscuits, one for George, one for her. They walk home in the rain. George holds the paper bag It is warm in his hands. He can feel the warmth of the bread through the paper. He holds it carefully. Back inside, his grandmother helps him off with his coat. 4 buttons. 3, 2, 1. His boots go back by the door. The frog on the left one is a little muddy. George looks at it. His grandmother looks at it. Neither of them says anything. He goes back to the window in his socks again. The rain is still falling outside. Tap, tap, tap. The puddles are still there, still making their little circles. His grandmother brings him his biscuit on a small plate. He takes it and turns back to the window. He takes a bite. It is sweet and crumbly and very, very good. Outside, the robin is back on the garden wall, sitting in the rain as if it is the most natural thing in the world. Its red chest is bright. Its small black eye looks at the garden. George looks at the robin. The robin does not look back, but that is all right. The rain falls on London, on the rooftops and the pavements and the puddles and the roses in the garden, on the park benches and the flower buckets and the bakery window, on the old red brick walls that have seen so many rainy days, on everything, gently all afternoon. And inside, a small boy in socks stands at a warm window, eating a biscuit, watching a robin, listening to the rain, tap, tap, tap. And somewhere in the kitchen, a kettle is beginning to hum again, and the smell of tea is moving slowly through the warm house. And the afternoon is soft and grey and full of good things. And London is doing what London has always done on rainy days, carrying on quietly, kindly, with a robin on the wall and circles in the puddles and warmth behind every curtained window. On and on, through the soft grey afternoon, through the gentle rain, through the very old, very kind, very rainy city. Still tapping, still warm, still going. There is a garden party today, in a garden 2 streets away, with a yellow gate and a long green lawn and bunting strung between the trees. Pink and white and yellow triangles, moving gently in the warm afternoon air. A little boy is standing at the window. His name is Thomas. He is 4 years old. He has light brown hair and very neat ears and a habit of holding the hem of his jumper when he is not sure about something. He is holding it now. The party is for his neighbour. Her name is Anna. She is turning 5 today. Thomas has known Anna his whole life. They have played together many times, in the garden, in the park, on the pavement, outside their houses with chalk. But that is just the 2 of them. Today, there will be many children. Children Thomas does not know. Lots of voices, lots of faces, lots of everything. He can see the garden from the window, the bunting moving in the breeze. Some children already there, running across the lawn. He watches them. They seem very easy about it all, very comfortable, as if parties are simple things. Thomas is not sure parties are simple things. His mother comes into the room. She looks at him at the window. She does not say, "Hurry up." She does not say, "You will be fine." She just comes and stands beside him. She looks out at the garden too. "There is bunting," she says. Thomas nods. "Pink and white and yellow," he says. She nods. "Those are good colours for bunting," she says. They stand together for a moment, just looking. His mother crouches down beside him. She looks at him carefully, the way she does when she is really looking. Not just glancing, really seeing. "Butterflies," she says. Thomas considers this. He looks at his tummy. "A little bit," he says. His mother nods slowly. "That makes sense," she says. "New people are a big thing." Thomas looks at her. She is not trying to make the butterflies go away. She is just saying they make sense. This helps somehow. More than making them go away would. "Do you know what?" his mother says. "When I was little, I felt shy too." Thomas looks at her. He finds this very hard to believe. His mother seems like someone who has never been shy in her life. "Really?" he says. "Really?" she says. "At parties? At new places? Sometimes just walking into a room full of people?" "What did you do?" Thomas asks. His mother thinks about this. "I held someone's hand," she says, "until I felt ready. And then I let go." Thomas thinks about this. He looks back at the garden. The bunting is still moving. The children are still running. One of them has a balloon on a string. Red. It bobs above her as she runs. "Can I hold your hand?" Thomas says. "For a bit." His mother holds out her hand. He takes it. They go out the front door together. The afternoon air is warm and smells of cut grass and somewhere, faintly, of something sweet being cooked. The street is quiet. Just the sound of the party 2 houses down. Voices and music and a particular happy sound of children outside on a summer afternoon. Thomas holds his mother's hand. He does not hold it very tight, just enough, just the right amount. They walk slowly, past the postbox, past the house with the roses along the fence, past the blue car that is always parked in the same spot. 2 houses. Does not take long. The yellow gate is open. Thomas stops at it. He looks in. The garden is bigger than it looked from the window. The lawn goes quite far back. There are tables along one side with food on them, sandwiches and crisps and small cakes with pink icing. And in the middle of everything, Anna. She is wearing a yellow dress. She has a paper crown on her head. She is laughing at something. Her whole face is laughing, even her eyes. She sees Thomas at the gate. She stops laughing. She waves, a big, uncomplicated wave. "Thomas," she says, "you came." Thomas lifts his free hand and waves back. A smaller wave, but it is there. Anna runs over. She stops just in front of him. She looks at him and then at his mother and then back at him. "Come and see the cake," she says. "It has a rabbit on it." Thomas looks at his mother. She smiles. She does not push. She just smiles. He looks back at Anna. "A rabbit," he says. Anna nods very seriously. "A white one," she says, "with a pink nose." Thomas steps through the yellow gate. He is still holding his mother's hand, but he steps through. They walk across the lawn together. The grass is soft underfoot, a little longer than it should be, the way garden grass gets in summer. It brushes the tops of Thomas's shoes. Anna walks ahead of them towards the table with the cake. She knows exactly where she is going. She weaves between the other children easily. Thomas watches her. The cake is on the table at the far end. It is white and round and quite tall. And on the top, just as Anna said, a rabbit, white, with a little pink nose made of icing. Its ears are very long. It sits in a small nest of green icing grass. Thomas looks at it for a long time. "It is an excellent rabbit," he says so. Anna looks very pleased. "I helped choose it," she says. A boy comes to stand beside Thomas. He is about the same age. He has red shoes and a striped jumper. He is also looking at the rabbit on the cake. "Good rabbit," he says, to no one in particular. Thomas nods. "Very good rabbit," he agrees. They stand there together for a moment. Two boys looking at a cake rabbit. Then the boy in the red shoes looks at Thomas. "Do you want to see the worm I found?" he says. Thomas considers this. "Yes," he says. "All right." And just like that, they walk off together across the lawn. Thomas looks back at his mother once. She is standing near the gate still. She gives him a small nod. He turns back and keeps walking. The boy's name is Jack. He found the worm near the flower bed at the back of the garden. He has put it carefully in a small pile of earth beside the roses. They crouch down and look at it together. It moves very slowly, in no particular direction. Thomas watches it. The garden sounds go on around him, voices and music and the occasional burst of laughter. But down here, crouching in the grass, it is quieter. Just him and Jack and the worm going about its business. Thomas's tummy is not doing the butterfly thing anymore. He checks. No, it is just a normal tummy now. He is not sure when that happened, but it did. They stay by the roses for a while. Jack tells Thomas about worms. He knows quite a lot about worms. Thomas listens. He learns several new things. Then Anna finds them. She has 2 cups of juice, one for each of them. Orange juice in paper cups. She hands them over very carefully so they do not spill. They sit on the grass together, the 3 of them drinking their orange juice. The bunting moves above them, pink and white and yellow. The afternoon goes on. There are games on the lawn. Thomas does not win any of them, but he plays. That is something. That is quite a lot. There is a moment late in the afternoon when Thomas looks around the garden, at the children on the lawn, at Anna in her yellow dress and paper crown, at Jack in his red shoes, at the tables with the food and the cake and the excellent rabbit, at the bunting moving gently in the warm air. He thinks about this morning, standing at the window, holding his jumper hem, the butterflies, and here he is now, in the garden, with orange juice and a new friend who knows about worms. He did not stop feeling shy all at once. It just got smaller, slowly, without him really noticing, until it was just a small, quiet thing at the back of the afternoon. Not gone, just smaller. His mother comes to find him as the afternoon grows golden. She walks across the lawn towards him. He sees her coming. He waves. She waves back. "Good," she says when she reaches him. Thomas thinks about it properly, about the gate and the lawn and the worm and Jack and the orange juice and the bunting. "Good," he says. They say goodbye to Anna. "Happy birthday," says Thomas. Anna puts her arms around him briefly, very briefly. She is already turning to the next thing. That is Anna. She has always been like that. "Come back tomorrow," she calls after them. "We still have cake." Thomas and his mother walk home. Through the yellow gate, down the street, past the blue car and the roses and the postbox. Thomas does not hold his mother's hand this time. He walks beside her, his hands in his pockets. The street is warm and quiet in the late afternoon sun. Long shadows lie across the pavement. A blackbird is singing somewhere above them, clear and easy and very fine. Thomas listens to it as he walks. He thinks about Jack and the worm. He thinks about the rabbit on the cake. He thinks about standing at the yellow gate this afternoon, the butterflies in his tummy, and going in anyway. That was the one thing, he thinks, going in anyway. Even with the butterflies, even holding someone's hand. Going in. They reach their front door. His mother puts the key in the lock. The door opens. The house smells like home, warm and familiar and exactly right. Thomas steps inside. He takes off his shoes. He puts them neatly by the door. His mother comes in behind him. She puts her hand on his shoulder for a moment, just a moment. Then she goes to the kitchen. Thomas goes to the sitting room window. He looks out at the street. The golden afternoon light is on everything. The roses on the fence across the road. The blue car. The post box. 2 streets away, the party is still going on. He can just hear it if he listens. Very faint, voices and music. The happy sound of an afternoon that is not quite finished yet. Thomas listens for a moment. Then he goes to find his mother in the kitchen. Later, when dinner is done and the kitchen is tidy and the sky outside has turned deep blue, Thomas is in bed. His room is quiet. The curtains are closed. A thin line of light comes under the door from the hall. He is lying on his back. His hands are on top of the blanket. His eyes are open, looking at the ceiling. He thinks about the party, about the gate, about the butterflies, about his mother's hand, about Jack's red shoes and the worm that went in no particular direction, about Anna's paper crown, about orange juice in a paper cup on a warm lawn. He thinks about tomorrow. Anna said there was still cake. He thinks he will go. He thinks he will knock on the yellow gate himself. He thinks he can do that. The butterflies might come back. They might. That is all right. They can come. He knows what to do now. You hold someone's hand until you are ready, and then you let go. His eyes are heavy. The ceiling is soft and dark above him. The line of light under the door is warm and steady. Outside, somewhere in the dark garden, the blackbird has gone quiet. All the birds have gone quiet now. The street is still. The bunting 2 houses away is still too, hanging in the dark, pink and white and yellow. Not moving, just resting, the way everything rests at the end of a warm day. Thomas breathes in, he breathes out. His hands are soft on the blanket. His tummy is calm. No butterflies now. Just the good, heavy feeling of a day that was hard at the beginning and warm at the end. He thinks of the worm one more time, going in no particular direction, very slowly, very calmly, just going. He smiles, just a small one, in the dark, for no one but himself. And the room is still. And the light under the door is steady. And somewhere in the quiet house, his mother is moving softly about, doing the last small things of the evening. The sounds of a house settling into night, familiar and close and good. And Thomas is here, warm in his bed, at the end of a day he was not sure about this morning, a day that asked something of him. And he gave it, quietly, in his own way, in his own time. The butterflies come sometimes. That is all right. They are allowed. They do not mean something is wrong. They just mean something is new. And new things are big, and big things take courage. And courage does not mean the butterflies go away. It just means you go in anyway. Through the yellow gate, onto the warm lawn, towards the cake with the excellent rabbit. One step, and then another, and then another, until you are there, until you are in, until you are sitting on the grass with a paper cup of orange juice and a new friend who knows about worms. And the butterflies have gotten small and quiet somewhere in the background of the afternoon. And the bunting is moving gently above you, pink and white and yellow. And everything is all right, and everything is warm, and everything is